which is okay. I'm just pointing out the fact that if anyone wanted to object, we'd have to do it now. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
What do you do for a living?
I'm retired. Aren't you glad?
That was pretty funny.
I want to say,
That was really funny.
I want to say because, just for a little history, because Anna's the one who said love denial. I hadn't met you yet, and Mitchell said to me, Anna says we're in love denial. And I think that's true. But, I went to the synagogue that some of us go to. Well, I go Mitchell and I go once a year or twice. But I met David, and then David introduced me to Greg. And I told Greg about my grandmother who died in 1956, who was a poet. And so it was really my grandmother who created this.
Where's David and your grandmother?
Because Greg was interested because he knows poets and writers. And so Greg and I talked, we went I went a couple of times and we always talked to Greg. And then Greg said, well, my friend Mitchell is coming to me. And I heard Greg on the phone saying, Mitchell. And the two of them yell at each other. And he's like,
I would never yell at Greg.
why aren't you here already? Why aren't you here already? And it was really getting late, and Mitchell showed up, and I was like, nice guy,
That's why I was late today.
And then Greg said, Mitchell lives in Riverdale. Did you bring your car down? Because I used to live in Inwood. And I said, yeah, I drove down. And then he said, could you give Mitchell a ride? He wasn't trying to fix us up. He just said, Mitchell's, well, I had no idea either, okay? And Mitchell didn't know either, but we started talking in the car about some cafe in Riverdale and granola, and then I'm thinking, I wonder what's going on here, but I said, no, he's too young, but there's nothing wrong with having a new friend. That was my thing. There's nothing wrong with having a new friend.
Lifetime.
And then we just started hanging out 6 out of 7 days, and
And then eventually,
4 months.
and then
of
eventually
that.
7 days.
4 months later, we said, wait a minute, and I think it was
after our non-Valentine's Day weekend away together.
that we
Like,
both
this is not
called each
Valentine's
other
Day.
on the
We're just
phone.
together at the hot tub.
But you're still not dating.
We called each other on the phone, and I said, Mitchell, I referred to you, to one of my coworkers, who's probably you, Rosario, as my boyfriend. And Mitchell said, I did the same
I did the
thing
same. I think
today.
it was with Anna.
So that's what we
Beasley.
knew
Maybe
we
it was.
were,
I think it was Beasley.
that you referred to me as your
We're going out for
boyfriend.
coffee, and I called you. I'm like, this is getting too complicated. And it sounds so funny if I just say it's just this guy that I see all the time. It sounds better. My colleagues, if I say boyfriend, it's a nicer paradigm.
But if you ask me when we decided to get married, I have no memory of that. It just kind of happened. Was it April, May?